Hello and welcome to the very first episode of our player career mode here on FC 24. Something you may notice right off the bat is that we are not hovering over the create new player tab. We are hovering over the play as real player tab. So we're going to go ahead and go into this, and we're going to do something interesting in this career mode. We're not going to go with the traditional create your new player. We're going to actually, what I've done is gone ahead and created a player myself and then put him on a team already. And that team is actually going to be FC Schalke. As you may know, FC Schalke have kind of taken a pretty big fall from grace in real life, going from the first league down to the second league, back up to the first league, and then back down to the second league. And what I would like to do in this career mode is actually take them back up into the first league. And if we can't complete that objective, of course, we will, see how that goes from there. But that is going to be the main objective of this first season. So let's go ahead and advance into this lineup so we can pick our player. And so as you can see, we're obviously not going to be in the starting lineup. So what I have gone ahead and done is create a 67 overall 19-year-old center attacking midfielder. We are from the United States. Since I am from the United States, we're going to go ahead and keep that. We are 5'10", 163 pounds, and as you can see, we have some of our stats there, but I'll go ahead and show you the attributes once we actually get into the season. So let's go ahead and advance here, and let's start our career with Swilly. We are going to be playing on ultimate difficulty, at least to start off. We're going to see how it goes, but that's more than likely what it's going to stay on. We're going to disable the transfer window to start off so that no transfers can be made, but everything else will stay the same. Everything in this player career mode is going to be the exact same as if we actually created our new player, except for the training. So everything else as far as the player agent and the contracts and things like that are going to be the exact same. These are going to be our objectives, it looks like, the contract objectives. And keep in mind, I also haven't really played much player career mode yet in this in FC 24, so I'm kind of still learning about everything that's going on here. It's looking like passing rating, I'm not 0 out of 27%, and then matches in starting 11, 0 out of 25%. I don't know if those are just bugs or if they want us to play 25% of the games and then get a passing rating of 27%, which I feel like is very, very low. But nevertheless, those are our objectives for the season as of right now. And then if we were to increase our wage, I guess those objectives would get a little bit harder. And the optional objectives that they have are flare passes, finesse goals, and header passes. And as of right now, they're all just 0 out of 1 for our wage objectives. I'm going to go ahead and increase those just a little bit. Maybe header passes at 15 is a little bit too much. We're going to increase the wage just a little bit to maybe just make it a little bit harder on ourselves in terms of those objectives. Probably not too much harder. 6 flare passes, 8 headed passes. We'll accept the wage of 12,937, and hopefully we'll get that at some point. We also have the ability to choose a target team. As of right now, I don't really have a target team. I'm kind of with the team that I would be targeting for now. Obviously, towards the end of the season, if things aren't going too well, maybe we'll pick a target team then. And then, of course, our agent hasn't given us anything or any clubs to look at as far as a transfer as of just yet. So, yeah, we have officially made it into the season. We might as well just go ahead and advance. Let's see what the new beginnings are looking like here. Swilly's set for a United States challenge. At some point, I do want to be able to make it into the United States team. Hopefully, that won't be too soon into our career. I do want to get a little bit better before we go and play on a national stage, or for a national team stage. But the new beginnings here at FC Schalke, I do want to get into this club, and I want to make a difference in this club. I want to take them back up to the Bundesliga. Being in, the second league in Germany is not where Schalke is used to being at all. They've had quite the fall from grace, like I said. I think they finished second not too long ago, maybe like 5 years ago, so definitely quite the fall from grace for them. Let's go ahead and first things first, let's check out our actual player. So this is what he looks like out on the right over there. We are going to fit into the team as a cam. We are going to be the third option at cam as of right now. Dominic Drexler, 72 overall, 33 years of age though, so he's getting older. He's going to regress quite a bit. And then Blendy Adrizzi, 67 overall, so we are level on him with overall as of right now. And we will likely be above him in the starting rotation. As you can see, it already said that we were a sub as of right now. I wish it would have started us off as a reserve player just because we're only 19 years of age. So it would make sense for us to be a reserve player starting off right now. And then I wish you could, kind of go through training and maybe go through some other games and stuff. I really, really wish there was an under 21 option in FIFA or in FC 24, but of course, we'll leave that up to the developers. And then as you can see, the rest of the squad, very, very, even squad, around 70 overall, which is where we're around as well. So we'll probably quickly become one of the better players in the squad, depending on how the season goes. But let's go ahead and look at our actual attributes for our player. So as you can see, our pace is 67, shooting 63, passing 66, and dribbling 66. Terrible defending, but as an attacking midfielder, I'm not, expecting to be too good at defense. And a physical rating of 60, 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. We are 5'10", 163 pounds, like I said, left-footed. So hopefully we're going to be able to increase our physical attributes pretty quickly. I do want to get a little bit faster with this player, maybe not too fast, but as you can see, our physical attributes, most of them in the mid-60s, jumping 52, strength 53, and stamina 77. So stamina, obviously a good stat to have and a good attribute to have. And then our mental attributes, none of them are very good. I mean, vision 70, attack positioning 70, obviously very good for an attacking midfielder, but the rest of them, nothing too crazy, nothing to look at there. But what I did do with this player, and one thing I wanted to point out with this player, was that I gave us 76 free kick accuracy with 73 penalties, and then 71 curve, and then the rest of our stats kind of mid-60s or lower, depending on what they are. But I want to be a dead ball specialist in this career mode, if possible. I want to give myself as good of an opportunity to score free kicks. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this career mode. Schalke, obviously in Bundesliga 2, not having a great start to the season in real life this year, so hopefully we're going to turn that around in this career mode. But I would say that in this career mode, we should be one of the favorites to win this league. I mean, a lot of teams are decent, but none of them are necessarily any better than Schalke. So I would love to see us immediately get promoted into the Bundesliga and have the opportunity to play in the Bundesliga next year as a 20-year-old. And this is very interesting as well. I just now noticed this, the check messages for our player agent. I did not know that this was a thing. I know there'll be interest in you. I'll look at other clubs during the season. For now, get your head down and make sure you play to your maximum. Yes, sir. That's exactly what we're planning on doing. We got some preseason games coming up here. It's looking like we are playing in a preseason tournament with Udinese, Anderlecht, Bologna, Başakşehir, I believe is how you say it, Genk, AZ, and Rangers, which is going to be a very, very interesting preseason tournament that we're in. So let's go ahead and look at the training, which is obviously the one way that we're going to be able to upgrade our player since we are not doing the normal career mode. And this is kind of throwing it back to kind of earlier FIFAs, and not necessarily earlier FIFAs, but FIFAs a few years ago, where you would actually get upgraded based off of your training drills and not just off of the skill points you get that you can add to your player however you want, which part of me does like adding the skill points to your player however you want, but part of me also likes the training drills. And so let's go ahead and add some training drills so that we can get a little bit better as of right now. We probably won't do these. I think you're allowed to do them weekly. We probably won't do them on a weekly basis just because I don't want my guy to get too good too quickly. And if I remember correctly, you only pick one per group and you can't pick more than one because they overlap. You might be able to pick more than one if they do overlap. So let's go ahead and click choose crossing scenarios to get a little better there. And then you can choose more than one. The vision and short passing, which obviously we want to get better at as an attacking midfielder. And then we'll go ahead and increase our finishing and shot power as well. And then of course, set pieces, we want to be able to do one of these. We have the direct free kick adept. We are going to upgrade our long shots, free kick accuracy, and curve with that one. I am happy with those drills. Let's go ahead and get into some of these drills and let's see how they go. Nothing like the old FC 24 drills. A lot of them are very, very simple and very easy, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but a drill like this, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the point of this is and how this would actually make you better. There we go. Now we're getting into the free kicks, which is the portion of this we like to see. We already completed this one, so let's go ahead and go with some crazy ones and see how good we can do these. We're gonna give this 3 bars of power. Hopefully we time it perfectly and just see how it goes. We hit the obstacle, of course we did. And then we're going to go ahead and see our results. We got an A on most of them. We got a C on the shoot through the gates. That one I just wasn't very good at for some reason. I only retried it one time, so it was just kind of annoying me. But we're going to go ahead and get out of this. That did upgrade my manager rating, which, again, we're probably not going to do the training every week just because I don't want that to go... I don't want to go too crazy with the training, but we're going to go ahead and get into the match day. We are now playing Başakşehir, I believe is how you say it. It's looking like we're going to come on in the 62nd minute, so let's go ahead and get a game under our belt, even though it is just preseason. All right, first game coming on as a sub for Dominic Drexler. It is just a preseason game, but obviously still means a lot to us. We're going to go ahead and enhance the target of getting a pass success rate. I believe that one's probably one of the easier ones. And I have it on this camera angle for right now, just because this is kind of what I'm used to. I kind of want to use the pro camera angle to give it a little bit more realism, but let me know what camera angle you guys want me to use. It's looking like they're already in and going for a shot and scoring into the back of the net. We haven't even been on for more than maybe 45 seconds. And Başakşehir have already taken a 1-0 lead. And right after that, we are going to get our first touch for the club right off the kickoff. So not exactly in a pressure situation. We do get it right back. Don't want to commit a turnover right immediately. So we're going to try to make sure we don't do that and just pass it around as best we can. and hopefully find ourselves with getting an assist or a goal, maybe to match what they have already done in this game. Oh, that's a bad pass. Knew it was going to come immediately. And Başakşehir going for a cross goal. The keeper does well to keep that one out. Luckily for us, it is not going to be a 2-0 lead. Again, only preseason, so I don't really care too much about the win or loss right now. But as a competitive player, I always want to win the game, so... Başakşehir coming back down towards this goal line again, going for another cross. A very good effort there off the volley, but that one is collected by the keeper again. We're able to get a pass away, and we got fouled at the same time. Now we can push forward. Tarati, I believe is how you say his name. Pushing forward, passes it backwards though. An interesting pass into us. We're going to go for a pass in here to one of the front men. They're going to pass it out wide. We're going to try to stay more towards the edge of the box. We go for a shot. We're going to have a corner off of this. I don't know if we're going to be taking the corner or not. I doubt it, yeah. They're going to leave us in on the corner though. They're going to try to put us in the box. We're going to try to just hang out on the edge. Because we're not exactly an aerial threat being 5'10", but also having heading accuracy of like 45. So we're going to go ahead and hang back from that. We have the opportunity to push forward here. We're going to look for a back pass. Our teammate is able to collect it. They're going to pass it inside to us. We're going to have a through ball here to Brunner, who has a move forward, doesn't find anybody. They're going to pass it back to us. We're going to look for Seguin on the edge of the box. He's going to find a pass into Karaman. We're going to try to provide some support. He goes for a cross all the way to Matriciani, who turns it over, and it looks like they're going to be able to get away from this. We're going to keep the pressure on, though, momentarily. Looks like there was a handball at some point in the buildup of that last play. They're going to kick this one short to Guler. He tries to go for a shot. Gets blocked away. Maybe we can put some pressure on Ba and get a tackle in. We are able to get the interception, find ourselves in a good spot there. We have a lot of green grass ahead of us, so we're just going to keep running. We're not exactly the paciest player. And it's looking like we might be able to get a pass into our striker over here. We do find it. Charade with the pass. He goes for the shot and gets it into the back of the net. The keeper got a hand to it. But it's looking like we got our first assist for Schalke here in this preseason game against Başakşehir. Not too bad for our first game. Making an instant impact in the club. Already getting, only subbed on for the last maybe 25, 30 minutes of the game. Getting an assist to level this game at 1. We are probably going to simulate the last 2 games just because I don't know if I want to be a starter heading into the actual season in the Bundesliga, or in the Bundesliga 2, of course. We're probably floating a little bit too far forward there. They got the ball on the edge of the box, fighting for position. We're going to keep pressure on them. Again, probably too far forward. It's like saying that we need to return to our position. Got to stay in the middle of the field, let the defenders do their best and do their work. Got to try to stay in our own position. In a tough spot here, not a lot of options to go to. We're going to try to run inside. We are able to get past everyone. We're going to find a pass over here to Templeman, who's going to find Seguin, but the referee blows his whistle. He decides that this game has gone far enough. Definitely a very successful first game for our first game for Schalke. We take a point in our first game in the preseason tournament. Like I said, it is going to say that we are in the starting 11, but like I said, I don't necessarily want to be in the starting 11 for the first games. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to simulate these games. We're not going to play the training every time. We're going to try to jump to a result in this game. Hopefully our manager rating, obviously I don't necessarily want our manager rating to be bad. We got subbed off in the 46th minute, but I definitely don't want to be the starter for the club going into the first game of the season. I want to kind of prove to the manager that we deserve to be there, and our manager rating was already getting high because of the training and because of that first game. So we're going to simulate this game as well. We're just going to jump to result. We came on in the 59th minute. Hopefully we can still make a difference, but it doesn't look like we're going to in this game. We lose 1-0, and I believe our manager rating is probably going to go down yet again. So yes, we are going to start off as a sub, which is where I would want to. We're only 67 overall, and we're only 19 years old, so I can't say that we've exactly earned our a starter spot yet. Let's look at some of the activities and see what we got going on here. So it's a lot of the same things that we saw in the last in FIFA 23 in the player career mode. I played it a little bit, but not too much. But it's looking like it's a lot of the same things and a lot of the same investments, and then shopping as far as the things you can buy. We're on a pretty decent wage per week. Imagine making 10, 15,000 pounds a week. That would be insane. Maybe one day, And then we'll look and see what our player career, or not what our player career, but our player agent is saying. He said, I guess there's a lot of messages that come through pretty regularly. The first club that our player agent is recommending to us in our career is Atalanta and Wolves, which are two very, very big clubs. But I'm just not sure that those clubs would make any sense for us, at least as of right now. I like that those messages are in there. I don't necessarily know if they add too much to the dynamic of the player career mode, but it is cool that that is in there. I apologize if I'm butchering any of these names. I am not familiar with the German league too much. I know the big clubs, obviously, but especially Bundesliga 2. I do not know any of the clubs really, so one thing I didn't even notice or check on was that we had a notification towards the beginning of the season where they were talking about, let's see, main focus is Schalke, but I wouldn't be doing my job as your agent if I didn't remind you that a call up to the United States national team is what you need to really grow your career. I would love to get called up to the national team at some point and play for the US, maybe in a big tournament or even just in the friendlies. That would still be a cool thing to see. But as of right now, like he said, my main focus is on Schalke, and it's looking like we are going to be able to get into our first game. We're going to go ahead and skip and play match. We're going to be coming on in the 64th minute for more at the right mid position, actually. So we're not going to be in our normal position. Not a lot of pace in us, so right mid might be tough. But let's go ahead and get into this game and see how we perform in the final 26 minutes of the game coming on as a substitute. And we're going to go ahead and enhance probably the easiest of these targets. Complete 2 passes in the opponent half is probably easiest. I'm not sure how that would contribute to our manager rating. Goal involvements, getting 2 in our first game ever, and then having a match rating of 7.5. Those are pretty high objectives. But coming into the game immediately, we are going to have a corner, which is absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and try to swing this one in. I'm not sure our corners are going to be very good. We've almost found someone on the end of that one, but unfortunately we can't. And now Brunner is passing a ball over to us. Wow, we found ourselves in a great spot over off of that original corner. We were not supposed to be in that spot, but based off of the corner, we were still on the left side of the field, and we ran through, and Brunner found us. I almost called for it, too. I didn't realize that he was going to be passing it. That one is going to be deflected. It looks like we're going to have a goal kick here. Actually, it wasn't deflected. We're going to hit that one over the top to Brunner. He decides to go back. Probably a smart option because there wasn't really anywhere to go. But Brunner's cross to us earlier was very, very nice. We almost had a goal right after we started in this career mode in our very first true game for this club. But we get a free kick in a pretty dangerous area. I don't think we're going to be able to get it to the keeper and into the goal with only 66 shot power. I'm going to try to pass it to the side here. I know this is very glitchy, and yes, it passes it directly to the wall. We somehow end up with the ball, though. We're going to look for a pass down here to Adrizzi, and unfortunately, it looks like he was offside when we pass it to him. That's going to be a mistake from us and a bad run of play from us to start off this game. Looks like Hamburg are going to take a shot from inside the box, and they're going to find the back of the net to level this game at 1. We've only been on for, I think, about 10 minutes in this game, and we've already missed an open chance, taken a bad free kick, missed a pass, and forced an offside for ourselves, and then our team has allowed a goal in about 10 minutes, so I don't think we've had a great start to our first game in the actual Bundesliga 2. We have the ball here, kind of try to make a move around the right back. He didn't really do very well at all there. I don't like our options. He goes for a sliding challenge. I see someone towards the back post. Our crossing isn't great. That ball was not really directed where I wanted it to go. And we have another turnover to start off our career. Our team could be on a break here. We are pushing forward. We had a lot of space, but no one was passing us the ball. They're going to get it to us now. We're going to go over the top to the overlapping run from Brunner, who is in a great spot. He's going to pass it inside to Adrizzi. Adrizzi's going to go for a shot. We're going to try to chest that one down, but the defender did very well to knock that one away and clear it out. We're going to try to make sure that they don't score a second one. Trying to stay over here in a good position. That one's crossed in and headed away. And we could be on a break here. If Adrizzi finds us, we have all the space in the world, and he does not pass us the ball. We're now offsides, but we still have an opportunity to go forward. We're trying to stay in an onside position, stay in a good position as well. We're at that back post. I'm trying to play off of the left back on their squad. They're going to send this one over to us. I see our striker inside. We head it into him. Adrizzi goes for the shot. That one is deflected. I believe that one's going to be out for a corner. We're going to be kind of in the box for this one. Hopefully they don't cross it directly to us. They do. We're going to go try to get up for that one. We have very little strength and very little heading accuracy. We find ourselves at the ball. We pass it across, and we do not get an assist there. An excellent defensive play from the defender there. The header is knocked down to us. We are in a good spot here. Nowhere to go just yet, though. Passing it back. We get it again. Looking inside for someone, and then we get the ball taken off of us. Not a great game from us so far. We only have a 6.5 because we were able to get a shot on goal, but besides that, we haven't played well. Tarati's going to find us out on the wing, but the referee does not allow us to go forward. That is crazy that the referee blew his whistle there. And that is going to be full time, and we are going to be level in this game at the end of it, drawing 1-1 with Hamburg to start off our Bundesliga 2 season and to start off our career here at Schalke. I think for the next game, whenever we go into it, I'm going to try out the pro camera. And as you can see, our manager rating went down after that game again, -15. So we're getting close to being a reserve player almost immediately. We're going to go ahead and advance. We're going to skip and play match. If we do well, we'll be still a sub more than likely. But if we don't do well, then we will likely be pushing down towards the reserve, which would to being a reserve, which would not be good. Let's go ahead and get into this game against Kaiserslautern, I believe is how you say it. Again, I'm probably butchering that. We're going to be coming in as a right mid. We have a 1-0 lead. Should be 2-0. Tarati looks like missed a penalty, but we're only going to be having 15 minutes at the end of this game. So yeah, coming in that right mid position for more. We're going to be able to enhance one of our objectives here. Regain possession at least 2 times. I don't like any of the objectives we have to enhance here. It's looking like we are going to be in a tough spot with our manager rating. We're going to be coming in again, straight into the game and sending a cross in from a corner. We're going to go ahead and try to call someone to run towards the near post and give this very little power, and no one really ran towards the near post, and that one's going to be cleared away. Tarati with an excellent header down to us on this right side. We're going to try to get past the defender. Oh, that was probably a terrible decision to do a fake shot there, or a fake cross. Hopefully not going to score a goal here, because it would definitely be slightly on us. They're going to send this one in, find themselves in the box, going for a shot. That one's right at the keeper. He's able to make a save. They swing this one in. It's looking like we're going to be able to get on the end of it. We are not on the end of it. And they find themselves back in this game, level at 1. We are so far, have just been a curse to this team. Both times we come on, we have been in the lead 1-0 and given up a goal right after we came on. And especially in that last situation, we probably could have scored. I honestly don't know how to explain it, but like in last year's game in FIFA 23, and in some of the other games before as well, I feel like when you play in this pro angle in this camera, that your team plays worse. It doesn't make any sense. They're going to get a shot away there, and they're almost going to score again. We're able to get that one away, but they scored on the corner last time. We're celebrating, but we shouldn't be celebrating too hard because we should be ahead in this game. We are not in the box for this corner. They're going to swing this one in again. This time, our defender gets to it, and we're on the break now. We just have to get around these defenders with 68 pace. It's going to be very, very difficult to. One thing about this camera angle that is very tough is that you can't see any of your players, and I try to cut back in, and our ball control isn't great either. And we just didn't have anybody to pass it into. We probably should have just held it up earlier. We're getting back over here in a defensive position. We're going to try to help Brunner out. We don't end up helping him out. They end up with the ball. We're going to try to get back. And they're going to find a second goal, and they are going to find themselves more than likely with 3 points in this game. And I think we're going to be a reserve player after this game. We got a 5.0 rating as of right now. Pass it forward, brother. We need you to do something here. Tarati, don't pass it to me. He makes a nice move to get around the defenders. I don't know if this ball's going to stay in, and if it does, are we offsides? It doesn't look like it. We're going to pass this one back to Tarati. He's going to take a shot. We find the way to get the rebound into the back of the net. We keep this game level at 2. We're going to find ourselves with at least a point out of this game and get a draw. We might be a curse for this team, but we're going to have to see. But the crowd is going wild for this game. We are going to end it with a level on 2 goals apiece. And each team is going to come away from this game with a point. I think we're going to play another game just because we've been coming on as a sub very late. But I don't think our manager rating is going to be very good. And yeah, after that game, our manager rating actually went down -35. It doesn't really look like it, but maybe it did. So we are now sitting as a reserve player after just 2 games in the league, which is obviously not where you want to be. You know what? I don't mind it. We like the adversity. We don't necessarily want this career mode to be super easy. We do get an email from the manager about our recent performances saying that he's been really disappointed with what he's seen from us lately. We have a cup competition here. If we skip and play match, we're going to have to do the pre-match or the training hub. So let's go ahead and get into the training hub. We do need to complete these these drills here, but since we already have done them, we are going to be able to just simulate all of them. We are going to be able to increase our overall as well. It looks like we go up to 68 overall. That increased the manager rating a lot. So we are back to being a sub. So we were only a reserve for not even a full game, not even a full week, it looks like. So maybe next time we won't do that for the very first game back, but it is a cup competition, the DFB Pokal. We're going to go ahead and get into this. We're coming on in the 75th minute again as a right midfielder again, but it looks like we have an empty slot available for a play style. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Kind of a tough decision on this one. I think what I'm going to do is just go with first touch. Our touch has been not great. Our ball control's only like a 60 something. Same with dribbling. So we're going to add that to our play style. Coming on again in that right mid position, make one interception. I don't think we're going to do that. Dribble success rate of at least 10%. Usually that's pretty easy. All right, and we switch the camera angle again. If you guys have any suggestions on the camera angle we should be using, this is the camera angle we use in the Brighton career mode for us. The keeper throws it out to us. Do we have the ability to get around this right back or left back? We do. We don't have a lot of pace, so they're going to be able to keep track of us. We're going to pass this one back inside to our defender, or not our defender, our center midfielder, who passes it immediately back to us, and that was a poor decision, and we could be away yet again. We're going to hold this one up, find a pass to our center midfielder, who should be able to make at least a little bit of a run. We're going to push forward here as much as we can. We should be able to use all the sprint speed in the world since we came on late. He crosses it across the field. That is not a bad cross back inside. The keeper is able to make the save, though. The ball is sent over the top, over to us. We have options inside. We find Schallenberg. Schallenberg, a central midfielder, pushing forward yet again in a good spot to give a cross. That cross is going to be tipped over. And it's looking like we are in the box for this one. Again, I don't necessarily want it to be sent over to us, but it is. We actually make contact with that ball. Can't get it past the defense, though. They are there to deflect it. We're going to try to get back, though, to make sure they can't push forward. It is a 0-0 game here with just a few minutes remaining. Our defense is struggling to get back and get in front of their attackers. They are on the edge of the box. Find a pass inside. Muller is able to make that save. 9 times out of 10, I feel like that ball would end up in the back of the net. Probably only a few minutes left. I don't know what happens in the DFB Pokal if there is a replay or if they go to extra time. That cross is sent in. Muller has to make another save. We are out on the edge of the box waiting for the clearance to come out. They actually are able to clear it away this time. We need a good touchdown. We do have a good touchdown. We're able to run past the defender. That center back just did not move the entire time. This should be a little bit better for us than the last one was. We're going to cross this one in towards the back post. I saw someone there. The cross was a little bit too far. Poulter is able to get on the end of it. He crosses it in. That one's going to be cleared away momentarily. The referee blew his whistle. That is full time, up and done. Like I said, I don't know if there is extra time in the DFB Pokal. It looks like there is. A turnover forced in midfield could be dangerous. Poulter passes it back to us. Not the greatest option. I think he could have found someone else. We're going to look inside for Poulter, though. A decent pass inside to him. They're going to look over the top for Lasme, who tries to find an acrobatic pass in the midfield. That's going to be a turnover. And now they are pushing forward here out on the right side. It looks like they are going to have the opportunity to cross that in. A bad header back towards the middle of the box. They're going to pass that one back into Muller. Wow. We are very lucky that that did not end up in the back of the net. Probably should have went into the back of the net. That animation looked a little weird. They're going to find a pass here into Brum. Brum into the back of the net. Muller could not make the save that time. We are down 1-0 after 102 minutes. All right, that is going to be the end of the first half of extra time. We need a goal back immediately. We need to at least try to send this to penalties if that is an option in this game. It's looking like some subs are going to be made. We're actually on the edge of the box for this kickoff. That is not who I wanted to pass to at all. Maybe we are now playing in the cam position instead of being in the right mid position. Now they are inside the box. Going to cut off this passing lane to whoever's on the edge of the box, but they find Weigl over there anyways. They're just passing it around nicely here. We're trying to stay in a pretty defensive position. Doumbia, I believe is maybe how you say his name, takes a shot there. That one, luckily for us, goes wide of the post, and luckily for Muller, he doesn't have to make a save there. But we're now taking this goal kick, and there's already only 6 minutes left in this half. That header is going to be headed down to us. We're going to try to kick this one out here to the left winger. That is Poulter. In a good spot, finds someone inside. I think we are likely on... oh, we find a pass over here to me. I'm just going to kick this one outside. Oh, I don't like our options as of right now. We're going to go out here to Brunner. Can he get a pass inside? He's going to go for a cross. That one's going to be deflected out for a corner. I'm going to try to get out of the way of this one because we're not going to be able to win a header. They swing that one in. Sent in. Can't find anybody. Kalas on the end of it, passes it back inside the tower. We're going to go for a shot from the edge of the box. That one gets deflected. Was that the right decision or was that the wrong decision? I'm trying to track back because that could be on me. And now they find a pass down here on this left side. Only 1 minute of added time. Even if this doesn't find the back of the net, we're not going to be able to go forward more than likely. We had that one down. We at least win a header, but unfortunately that is going to be a 1-0 loss here against Rot-Weiss Essen, I believe is how you say that name. I'm not even sure if they're in the Bundesliga 2. If they're in Bundesliga 3, that is going to be a very, very tough loss for us and a very, very embarrassing loss for us. Our manager rating did go up after that game, so we at least performed decently well. If that team is in the Bundesliga 2 with us, or if they are in the Bundesliga 3, which, like I said, is just going to be very, very embarrassing. I don't see them so far in the Bundesliga 2. And yep, there you see it. 13th place, Rot-Weiss Essen, I believe maybe is how you say that name. Again, not sure. We lose to them in the DFB Pokal. Things are not looking good at Schalke here after a couple of games into the season. And in the DFB Pokal also, we are already out of that competition. So, you know, very early on in the season, we can easily turn this around. But we're also going to have to turn around our own personal performances. We have not played great in this episode in the slightest. But we also haven't had a lot of time to play in any of the games. And we also haven't played in our cam position really at all, mostly. We played maybe 30 minutes in the cam position. So that's going to be it for the first episode of this career mode here at Schalke. I'm enjoying this career mode so far through a few games. It's going to be a challenge. I'm going to keep it as challenging as I possibly can to make it as realistic as I possibly can, being 19 years old, you know? We shouldn't immediately come into the squad and be a first-team player immediately and be starting every game. We got to prove ourselves in our substitution appearances. So that's going to be it for this career mode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for leaving your comments if you do leave some comments. I appreciate you guys a lot. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.